language Tuesday of the first week. Obviously, we want you to you can make your suggestions. You can your suggestions and your posts and your contributions are always welcome. Let's look at the health system. Why they are waiting? Let's look at it for a while. We have been very critical of the health system in Grenada. Very, very critical. I do not believe the health system in Grenada deserve the criticism that it is getting, making it out to be. We have a lot of shortfalls. Let us create rapid blast in the health system. There are much more services that are provided today in the health system that we did not have in yesteryear. Barbados was a point we used to go to very regularly for service, or very regularly in Grenada in some what we call major surgicals. A lot provided in Grenada is provided in Grenada, and it is not necessary to go outside. But people become more conscious, more aware, and obviously the demands they make are much greater. So perhaps the view to inform the public what are the in Grenada, and you could do a comparability with the rest of the Caribbean. What are the facilities we put in St. Lucia and the rest of the Caribbean? We have a small population, 110,000 people. That population has not increased, has not grown in the last 70 or 80 years in any significant way. It has not grown. So definitely that is a concern. Our health system has not grown. Our population has not grown. Then what is the service that we provide in Grenada today that we provided, that we were not able to provide in Grenada 20 or 30 or 10 years ago? You know, that must be of some great concern to us. Right? And they should give us some demographics. What is the expectancy? Rate or ratio or whatever expectancy. It really 5,000 in your country. Those factors would help our people have confidence in our system. One of the issues people pay for the health. A number of workers in our country now that have life insurance, and they have all insurance. The Public Workers Union, teachers and policemen, they have medical health insurance. It's voluntary, they don't have to take it, but it's available, and government pays half of the cost. I don't know if people know that. Well, they know that, but I don't know if the ordinary man knows that government pays half of medical health, the insurance, the medical health costs for public officers, teachers, policemen. They have medical health insurance. It's quite true the ordinary man don't have. The people who are real marginalized, low income. But we criticize the health system blanketly. And I believe politicized health system. We have bashed it mercilessly and unnecessarily. Maybe we have more doctors, and I'm saying maybe we have more doctors today operating privately and in the government service than any. Perhaps we should know how much medical doctors we have operating in Grenada, function in Grenada, practicing in Grenada, and what is the ideal recommended ratio. In Carriacou have about 10,000 people or less. One government hospital facility. I believe I'm not certain if they have medical stations. And how much private doctors are operating in Carriacou. Maybe this information the public need to know. That is where sometimes I have my relationship with journalists are very awkward. Again, are they the one responsible? We cannot blame the independent operating journalists for that. Government Information Service. Government Information Service. Many years ago, attempt was made to information service particular for the health system. Because one of the things that killing us in our country is confidence. If we don't have confidence in the health system, then it would be a great challenge for us. We must have confidence in the system. And that, I believe, is a challenge. So I believe we have to avoid politicizing the system. And it's difficult for that because we have been doing it for eternity. I hope that the opposition know, the NNP, while you're in opposition now, you don't fall in the trap of blanketly criticizing the health system unnecessarily. The National Democratic Congress, the criticism of the health system was synonymous with a long sojourn in opposition. They criticized everything that moved. And so the health system got a barrage of attack from the NDC. But it is not in our interest. I believe the only group of people that profit from the blanket criticism of the health system are private doctors and private facilities. When we criticize the health system and we bash them unnecessarily, and always remember the word I'm using, unnecessarily, it means that the people who benefit, yes, caller, welcome.
Hi, Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I have a concern that as relates to the COVID-19 cases, I'm not hearing any information coming from the government as to where we are at this time. And I just want to make a special appeal that they come out and see what is it. Because sometime last week or week before, there was they said that they don't know how true it is that from the castle 45 cases here, and that was the eve of the carnival in character. We don't know because so many people going down with the flu. So it's just a call for concern. And Mr. Pierre, all these workers that been fired and sent home, I'm not hearing anything coming from the Ministry of Labor or the connected with it in finding social justice for these people in terms of getting the severance pay and other benefits. And finally, I just want to congratulate the new National Party UTAM for that press release that they sent out yesterday in relating to gun violence, and because when the NMP UTAM concerned about the peace and the safety of this country in a time when we have all these economic problems and hardship, and so in the right direction. And I want to tell all those who want to know when is the NMP convention that the party is reorganizing, and in due time they will know. Yes, but stay tuned. But all for now, the party is reorganizing. So those of you who are outside there who not belonging to the NNP, I don't know why you're so curious, but stay tuned. The announcement going to be made. Thank you.
Yes, Colin. Well, I like the last portion of your comment. NNP would have also been interested in NDC convention. In all fairness, NNP would have been curious, particularly if they find there might be some juicy thing in NDC convention, they would have been interested. So you cannot blame the NDC now for trying to find out what would be in. And there is a lot of reasons and justification for the NDC to be concerned about NNP convention. One of the biggest challenges in Grenada history for the National Democratic Congress is Dr. Kit Mitchell. Dr. Kit Mitchell is the most successful political leader in Grenada and in the entire Commonwealth. And he has been a thorn in the flesh of the National Democratic Congress. Congress would like to see nothing than the back of Dr. Kit Mitchell. Most of concern, they won the convention quicker and better than anybody else. In light of the fact, no, that the NDC seems to have lost the way again. Remember, in 2008, the National Democratic and many of their pundits, that was the end of NNP. And for about 1 year, NNP remained extremely silent. I remember I was in the rum shop and we wondering why NNP was so silent in 2008 after the first year. You know, there is always these characters in the rum shop who hardly speak. But every time they open their mouth, everybody listens. One of the rummers said Napoleon wanted to conquer the world. A little boy asked Napoleon, "You want to conquer the world, but what you think about China?" Napoleon thought for a moment and he said, "China is a sleeping giant. Let her sleep." Members of the National Democratic Congress should not disturb NNP. They should let them sleep. They should not pray for them to have a convention. They should hope that NNP don't reorganize and they stay asleep. Because every time NNP wakes up, the National Democratic 2008, after the first year in office, after firing the old people and targeting with a manner of hostility the elderly, the marginalized, and the Imani in Grenada, and the moderates that wrangle with them that they're on the wrong path, was awoken, and NDC lost 15 seats. And they did not only lose, they lost 15 seats twice. So I believe, while it is of paramount importance that must be concerned about NNP, they should pray that NNP stay asleep. They have done the exact same thing they do in 2008, but worse. They have attacked the elderly just as they did in 2008, but more. They have gone against the disadvantaged and the marginalized just as they did in 2008, but more. They have threatened just as they did in 2008. So they have to pray that NNP don't wake up. NDC should pray that NNP stay asleep and don't have much. Because if this group wake up, it will be very difficult for NDC to function. If this group wake up, they may ask in Parliament, what are the terms and conditions of the loan given to the minister? Give us the last 3 loans that is close to the quantum that was given to the minister. Did the commercial banks refuse, or did they call in the loan of that individual? They would ask a lot of questions. They would ask what the relationship between the fine of the workers in Maribor, the fine of the workers in Grand Bay Estate, and the fine of the workers in Marketing Board, with the collaboration of this new entity to express a lot of. So I believe, pray, and they continue to sleep. Because as long as they sleep in, you moon, you lack the ability to answer that are answered by ordinary citizens that are not in the politics. How would you say when the real politicians come and ask? So I understand the curiosity and the concern, but it's in NDC interest to pray that NNP don't wake up. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Well, they have to wake up, you know. If they wake up, what's going to happen to this country?
Well, I think,
to wake up.
But you let them sleep.
Let them sleep? No, Mr. Pierre, that is too much.
Only 1 year NDC in power.
Mr. Pierre.
NNP could lie long and sleep still.
We'll be with them soon.
Yeah. Let them sleep still. And you should pray that they sleep.
And who will be answering the prayer?
Because every time NNP wake up, they lose 15 seats. So I believe they should pray.
Exactly.
That the NNP go to sleep.
Yes, all right.
Yes, yes, I think it's important. Yeah, it is not in the interest of Dick Mitchell and the National Democratic Congress for NNP to wake up. Leave them, let them sleep. Remember, the last time they wake up, you lost 15 seats and they employed 3,000. And they what project fly. And they create the road wardens and caregivers. The NEC was in power. They were not able to pay claims in the treasury of $1 million. They did not have money for current expenditure. They were selling assets. When NP wake up, they employ over 3,000 people. And no, when they left office, it's Treasury pregnant. Leave the members of the National Democratic Congress must pray that the NNP stay in hibernation and let them sleep a little longer. And while that is taking place, we must address the concern. But I'm afraid we're bashing the health system unnecessarily and unjustifiably so. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, caller, welcome.
I listened to Mr.
What's the voice first?
I listened to Mr. Name again, Mr. Sinclair.
We hardly hear you.
Yeah, I listened this morning on GBN, and he was giving a rundown of the marketing board situation and the way forward that he thought that they should have. And I thought he was extra good, very, very good. It's a reasonable thing to marketing board to restore agriculture. Very good. But I wonder how I didn't hear him or see him in the consultation that he had. They had one in go up and one. I don't think he attended any of them. And he was also an employee of the marketing board. So his ideas would be able to, should be able to mesh properly with them. Because
I think one of the questions that we could have asked to, as the representative of the agriculture sector, and knowing that he was a manager of the MNI and also the labor representative in the Senate, if the Prime Minister had a dialogue with them on marketing board.
well, I actually was coming to that.
Yeah.
You beat me on.
Rather than not be, yeah.
Because the impression he gave is that he was not aware that the marketing board would have been folded up.
Yeah, well,
He wasn't
based
aware
upon what he said, and he said it would not.
well, but being the man in the Senate, he said in the Parliament, he did ask about what is happening to marketing board. You know, but I'm saying that the ideas he have for marketing board, he had one of the best ideas, so he's filtering somewhere. He was attached to the marketing board, so he would have been
Going home shopping.
you know.
So his ideas might be very practical and workable.
Yeah, and he was very. The thing is, I was trying to call in, but the gentleman this morning was not in a position to give any call. But I would have written to ask Mr. Roger Quenville, why is it that part of his idea was not
Opportunity.
no way. come? We don't hear nothing of it.
In all fairness, I think the position to dispose of marketing board was conceived before any thought of consultation. Consultation only come out, I believe, when we start criticizing it.
Well,
You remember the first consultation, I call it a shaman. And I was correct. I say the Prime Minister didn't take one thing into consideration from the consultation. Because the consultation was about fixing and not closing it.
anyhow, I'm still hoping that when and if they have parliament again, that he will make so that we can hear government filter into his ideas. Because as I said, he's farmers representative in the Senate, and based on what he said this morning, he have very good plans for the farmers.
Right
So I
now,
don't know
marketing
why
board
it
is
was not
history.
implemented. I'm concerned about that. Hoping that being a senator and being a member of government to that extent, we will hear something coming from him.
Okay. Yes, scholar, thank you, and I do hope so. But marketing board is history. The die is cast. We selected a government. We buy a cat in bag. The cat cannot hold rat. And the cat contributing. You ever call on the line? Caller, welcome, punch. Yes, caller, welcome. Because,
Hello, afternoon, sir.
yes,
How are
caller.
things?
Great man.
Relative to that marketing board issue, I heard Mr. Roderick this morning. And what I heard very early, within a month after become prime minister, into the failure of marketing board.
Oh, yes, man.
So this whole issue of consultation, I knew the screen.
Sham.
I say to that effect already, yeah? That I wouldn't have a problem with it because marketing board is a do your damn, do your damn. That's how I see the marketing board situation. It's up to those in authority, the Prime Minister, the Minister of Agriculture, and so on, to come up with a solution. I did not take part in the consultation because I knew it was just going to be a sham. Because anything to say in the consultation, I knew it wasn't going to add up to anything. Very early to, with having knowledge, Mr. Roderick, for example, he had been an insider for all the years in the marketing board. He will understand things better than me. I don't know, Mr. if he would have listened to him anyway. But like I say, to me, do your damn, don't do your damn thing. So this is why I left it up to the ministers and so on to decide what the consultation as it was called or referred to. Take care, sir, listening.
Yes, on Facebook, we have some people that like to write on the post Facebook, no name, give thing, you know. They say, Mr. Pierre Santos, this is a new dispensation. Marketing board under key of business. Total failure under NNP. You ever call on the line? Yeah, this man tell me I'm a man of the past. And that's the kind of disrespectful manner in which the National Democratic Congress. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good.
Yes, ma'am.
You remember earlier on the Prime Minister that he was on board.
Yes.
So he don't preempt that already. So he just maybe as everybody saying things, just go on to just to say, well, look, you are consulting, but you don't. I don't think. Listen. I don't think he listen to nobody too. You know, he just they say, oh, everybody make good and bike so on. But all that was a waste. So even next time you call him out to a thing, you don't want to go because he just a waste of time. So I don't think it is right for you to do that. Just call it farmers
Yeah.
to come to consultation. And he had a guy who always oppose. Also always oppose. You it took a long time. I don't know if you have,
Yeah.
he always dialogue me.
I see the still listen to the program, but
Back and talk about the gas and things. You're saying, oh, got the gas prices, and say that had nothing to do with them. And Masakali tell him after January 18, call him back, and I could never forget that, and I never he called. Why he come and work out, so he don't say. So take him
in the past, and he said I'm a little bit stupid and etc. And that's one of the sad thing in this discussion. Answers. Everybody agrees that marketing board was not managed as it ought to. What entity in Grenada that is managed as it ought to manage? So it's a question of always improving. All farmers would be satisfied with the management of the marketing board, but we want marketing board. But in 5 days, 5 or 6 days, 1,500 people sending the sea ready to help him in the statutory bodies and organization. Yes,
Yes, Mr. Pierre.
yes, Colonel, welcome.
How are you?
Great, man.
Concerning the marketing board, you know what I want us to do? Look at it very carefully at how all decisions surrounding the marketing board was made within the shortest period of time. Mulching it and right now looking to establish. So having like that in government, that means no thinking, you just reach to some judgment and you come to those conclusions. That's how I feel. Because you just demolish it and you're looking to replace it. I believe everything was already in thoughts and in place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
And that is what is sad and unfortunate. You trick the people. Be sure you claim the government that in 5 days, 6 or 5 days, 1,500 people sending their CV, willing to volunteer to be on boards and etc. The government never gave them. I would be saying the government, that was not true. The government deceived the people, and that's what we're speaking about. To fix marketing board without board. Bigger companies and that, they make the necessary changes and structure without closing it down. The government never took into consideration that people would lose jobs. Over 100 people lose jobs. That alone is enough reason to keep management. And the question is, did the government have consultation with the labor and the agriculture? And what is their position? I always tell people on a board, don't be a dumb. A lot of people, and they behave like dumb, driven cattle. When you're on a board, if you have fundamental difference with the board, resign. Don't make that decision. Leak your name to the public so you will absorb yourself from collective reason. That is unethical. If you have fundamental difference with a board, you resign. Nothing is wrong with differing with the decision that is made, but you have to take collective responsibility if you want to stay on the board. So I did not agree with a decision that made, but it is not fundamental enough for me to go outside and bad talk the board. And that is it. Labor representative in the Senate, 100 workers was lost their job as a result of closing down an entity that was designed to help to subsidize agriculture. What is your position? What you did, the TUC union representing the workers and marketing board was my brother.
Where was people like Roderick Sinclair, Leo Cato, Persuader in consultation? What was the contribution? No contribution from them time. So talking garbage there about it come and this morning. That's waste of time. Because before they made the decision, they knew exactly what was going on. So they just happened in Grenville and Charco and think everybody go false. You tell the people where to get off. They waste the time.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you very much. Roger Clare, Leo Cato, Persuader, and also Luis, the brother in the team. 100 workers lost their job. Even the trade union, I believe, was a joke. Trade union represent workers. Always concerned about workers losing the job. Because when the workers lose their job, the trade union practically, in my opinion, sold out. You did not fight for the work. You had to go to TUC and ask for help. You had to tell TUC, look at it. The government just come. They just come. And they decide to sell out marketing board. So help me brainstorm to come up with a defense mechanism to slow them down while we inform locally to deal with the hurricane. That is how union operate. That is why you have a body. Your TUC is an umbrella body. TUC could have called an emergency meeting of all its union leaders and asked to help brainstorm to see what suggestion we could come up to have the government slow down marketing board disposal. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome.
Or the government more money than marketing board.
I don't know exactly the quantum, but marketing board is a creature of the government. Marketing board is a child of the government. So the government for marketing board bad behavior. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd just like to say congratulations to St. Andrew's Parish Primary School. They are having the Parish Primary School sports back today. And out front we have Paraclete Government followed by St. Mary's. And to all of the participating schools, let's good sportsmanship prevail. And may the best team. And I want to ask us as parents to go out and well-wishers support our children and be a part of their activities. Let us ensure that, they get home on time with the various transportation in whatever way we can help to support our children and give them need to propel forward. They too can play sports and be our next Olympic champion. Have a great day and thank you for taking my call.
And caller, before you go, sports. I believe we must have a discussion on sports and to motivate parents to get involved. Do you agree, Nicola?
I do, yes, I do.
Yes, I mean, now in the heat of the sports, they go, they cheer, they support, they whine, they dance, they run. But after, I believe we really have to put some emphasis on parents to let them understand the importance of sports and the contribution they can make. Yes.
That's why we have our PA and we have our school board and
I think they need some catalyst. Yeah.
We ought to be involved in every aspect of our children's lives and
yeah.
just one way.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have so much more than that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just want to say congratulations to our very own Jefferson Ramirez for bracing the stage of American Idol. He is at his second level. It is a big stage and it just feels good and feel proud to see our flag on his foot. Congratulations and to all those who have made this possible. Thank you very much for being a
Thank you very much. That's important news. Paraclete leading the sports. St. Mary's RC. Methodist, Anglican, and RC have the greatest number of people in sports, but it's good to know that the schools are that they all do their utmost. Caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, you on? Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Once again. You know, I listened to the program on Sunday. I heard about that $2.5 million that was guaranteed as loan to a sitting minister. Based on my understanding of what I heard on Sunday, it so happened that I was in the area where the one I suspected on the she was hanging over. I saw him. He came over and talked to me because we moved very well for the year. And that's long before he went into politics here. I came over and talked to me. So I brought up the subject. Said to me, he knows nothing whatsoever about that. So hearing about that $2 million, if the one I understand the subject matter apply to, and I to him, he said he knows nothing about that. So that's a big question hanging right now.
Well, that is a
how they treat that subject matter.
Yeah, well, that is a very good.
What I'm saying.
We have here, the government is not speaking. Government is not answering question, and there's a lot of rumors on the running well. And I don't think it is fair for the democratic system, you know, because the government kept away from questions. So people cannot readily ask them questions.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously I am one don't like breaking news, and I only speak about still. Yes, caller, welcome.
The guy, yeah, Mr. Pierre, what say you good?
Yes, man, great, man.
Man, you cut me off yesterday, man.
The number of people, and I can't remember.
No, because you
All
don't
right.
want to face the facts.
Okay, well, let you on today.
That's why you and my district brother didn't used to go down.
You on today,
to agree.
my friend.
You just agreed to
My friend, you
Yes,
on
sir,
today. Let's punch.
punch. All right, I have a question, eh? Now, you see, January coming, January month does be hard. But the people does make the January month hard. Because some people does not food, they does not want to do nothing.
They always go out and they plant the food and take care of themselves. The country which the general of whatever it would not be hard. So I want an answer from you, please.
Okay, thank you.
I want to.
Okay, thank you.
You give me a.
Well, we're going to answer you off. That's only question you have? Yeah, thanks. Yes, caller.
Culture, man, I have very good friends. We meet all about and speak. But I mean,
speak a little.
It's time to educate culture, man. And if you don't want to take the education, then you have to know what to do. Culture man called yesterday and talk about he's buying from his land, but he had sent the vine there, pull the vine there. You vine to so you vine to a right inside it, and the person tell you to cut off your vine and going into the land. They have a right. If they tolerate that with you, okay. So what Culture saying? A lot of what he's saying, we very good friends. Well, a lot of what he's saying, I mean, you come into with too much of personality when if you want to voice your opinion, you voice your opinion. You don't want to voice your opinion, leave it. So don't give him the impression that when he's wrong, he have a right. You have land and your body or a tree coming over. That's the law.
Yes, thank you, caller. No, it's the enjoy sell the wine, you know, but and people
man said that the guy says he knows nothing about that. Well, we have to now fight for a bank statement and not to just as I wanted for the Polish guy. We could demand to first, and we clear. Yeah.
Yes, caller, thank you. On that question, I think you will have a lot more answers because the government sent around and rehash some letters that place secrecy order, what you would refer to it. So the government here is hiding information, and the government must know if hiding information, speculation going to run wild, and it's going to cause people lose confidence in your type of politics. So if there is speculation on the ground that the government of the day, the financial institution and the board to coerce them to provide over $2 million for one of the party members, speak no. Speak no. Tell us the truth. Why speculation is going to run wild and tarnish your image. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre. I've been before that government for a long time. That whole issue of the press conference that usually used to be held every Tuesday. There's a time, 1 or 2 times, I think they had to come on Wednesday based on, but just about every Tuesday forward during the NNP time to a press conference. So kept update as to what actually the government decisions are relative to things in the country. And I'm really disappointed nowadays. I'm still disappointed. And another thing I'm disappointed about in the post is that in every single one of them, the Prime Minister is hanging over the heads of the other, of the other. And I noticed it very early. During you have on to them to face the press and being questioned and so on. I remember early in a press conference where Ron Redhead ended up that it didn't sound good. No, like the man was stuck in what he wanted to. He was nervous in some kind of way, and minister finished his statement. I think ministers should have confidence in ministers and give them responsibility to the extent that they could face the press. Hanging over here like the sword of Damocles every day. Every time they have a plan, no good. Frankly, with them.
Yes, sir, and I have no sympathy, no pity for individuals who put up themselves as a dumb-driven cattle. Use a robot. You can't do that. You're going to be the joke of the century. You cannot, because you represent a constituency. How long are you going to hide for? Very journalists who are sympathetic to you. Who have you have identified as being objective? Going to get fed up with you. That's going to be diluted. In the 50s and 60s, when we had a Alistair Hughes, and that was the only record country. We have a social media that could and be a done radio personality. And news coming out fast. So the people who claim they are journalists, if they believe in journalism, their significance will be diluted. So when the Prime Minister is in hiding, they're in a cocoon, they're hiding from the truth. So Sam is running wild. So no one the truth, but in Grenada, come out with a fire. It could be 2.7, but it says 2.3, and some say 2. So we have to know if there is any truth in it. And the quicker you speak is better for you. Or the very financial institution, people are going to start to lose interest. So you have to come and say whether these rumors are true or not. It's just as the situation with Cuba. You are not saying the Cubans. It's the same relationship with the financial institution in Barbados. You snub the people in Barbados. You send low-rank representation to discuss $70 million. You practically chastise the International Monetary Fund. And then you send low-rank individuals to negotiate $70 million in loan. That doesn't make no sense. The Minister of Labor, the Attorney General, she warned the Prime Minister. I thought this warning was for the Prime Minister. Let us be sure, people. We could cause serious damage. She had an addendum, irreparable damage to this economy. Every in terms of seniority among these bunch of delinquents, she has some seniority. She said, let us be straight with our people from the bowels of our conscience. We have to be straight. We could cause serious damage. And then she had the quality, irreparable damage to the economy. Every trade union leader and culture, time flies. We cannot continue to the health system unnecessarily. The only people benefit is the facilities and private doctors. And I also believe, I don't know if we have a communication officer, it must start to defend the health system. They can give us some demographics, some pointers. They could bring the health system in relationship to the rest of the Caribbean. We want to program. As we come to the end, we want to thank you very much. We're back with you tomorrow again, 12 and 1, when you have another opportunity. Thank you.
Inform.